on, Mexico!
Nobody's more down than you.
Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going.
We won't make him wait. Fighting with an intensity, Mexican fighters have made their trademark. Edgar Chairez will be met in the...
Crazy because you actually jumped on it right away.
I knew he was going to do
That's
that.
bad. That's bad that you know that those types of things happen.
We've seen
yep,
it
I
too
know.
much.
No, I
The
understand.
refs don't know what grappling is. I've said this time and time again. If you grapple, you know this isn't a choke.
I understand,
I
Dom.
knew that's not locked in because I grappled.
That's a hard choke to finish standing anyway.
So hard. And you're hoping the guy uses his arms up, squeezing nothing.
Well, look at the reaction from Edgar Chairez, right? I mean,
Edgar Chairez kind of was like, wait a minute.
And you got to relax there. You can't answer the ref while you're in a choke. That's not our job.
John said that perfectly. He goes, you should not have to, it's not your job to say, thumb up, I'm in there, I'm good. You're in there just grappling, man.
and even last weekend, right, Israel Adesanya felt the need to give a thumbs up to Mark Goddard to make sure that fight against Sean Strickland didn't get stopped in round one. So
the refs have a
but
lot
the ref
of power.
gave him time, right? The ref gave Adesanya time. So you couldn't, because imagine if he jumped.
Well, you could almost feel an energy and an emotion as soon as Tracy Cortez hit the tunnel. Wildly popular, of course, in these parts and throughout the West Coast of the United States of America. She comes in number 14 in the world, but Megan, she hasn't fought since May of 2022. It has been a huge year and a half of personal and professional growth for Tracy Cortez.
A lot of hurdles to overcome, and she got emotional when she spoke to us in our fighter meetings because this just means so much to her. And she has been through tremendous loss in her life, and she talked about how all of the people around her during these 16 months away from competition rallied around her and supported her with their love. She did everything she could after her hand surgery. Yes, she wasn't able to make a fist at times or punch, but she was working on every other part of her game in order to be best prepared for whenever this return came. She spent time in Brazil also to prepare for this return because she told us very sincerely in the fighter meeting, I want to make a title run. And at 4-0 in the UFC, potentially make it 5-0, she's knocking on the door of that DC, and I've just got to mention, walking out to Selena. I mean, if you weren't a Tracy Cortez fan, now you are.
You got one, right?
Yeah.
That's what a great artist. And Tracy Cortez's story has been something to watch because, like you said, Mick, she's 4-0. But it's very kind of under the radar, right? You don't recognize how much success she has had in the octagon, but she's so consistent. I asked her about Jasudavicius, asked her where she held the advantage. She thinks that her ground and pound and her wrestling, her ground game will cause many issues for Jasmine. And when we asked her about the division, how it's changed so much since she's been here, she says it's been hard to watch it shift because so much has happened. But she is so happy and excited to get an opportunity to be back in there. And you hear the crowd going crazy for Tracy Cortez.
Yeah, you know, when you're in a long layoff, a year, 2 years, however long it is, the hardest part is dealing with the questions that the media asks you because they're going to ask you all the questions that a lot of times we don't want to deal with ourselves as fighters. And after a year layoff, the question is, how's ring rust? Does it exist? What do you think about it?
We know what
and
you
it gets
feel about
really
it.
old. It gets really freaking old to hear
It annoys
everybody's
you.
doubts come to you and try to tell you about that in the whole media before the fight. You can see strong women like Cortez show you don't have to listen to that. You can break through and make it work for yourself.
Well, right, a lot of eyeballs on this particular matchup. Let us get it for you. Tracy Cortez slightly favored tonight. She's 29. Jasudavicius 34. 2 inches the gap in height. We'll see if Jasudavicius on the feet can take advantage of a 2.5-inch edge in reach. All right, now for the introductions. Back inside of Bruce Buck.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is 3 rounds in the UFC flyweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, a mixed martial artist holding a professional record. 9 wins, 2 losses. She stands 5 feet 7 inches tall, weighing in at 125 1/2 pounds. Fighting out of Niagara, Ontario, Canada, Jasudavicius. And now introducing her opponent, fighting out of the red corner, a mixed martial artist holding a professional record. 10 wins, 1 loss. She stands 5 feet 5 inches tall, weighing in at 126 pounds. Fighting out of Phoenix, Arizona, Tracy Cortez. And when the action begins, a referee in charge, Jason Herzog.
First assignment of the night for Jason Herzog. The beautiful Brooklyn Wren is with us in Las Vegas. Great to have you with us for Noche UFC live on ESPN+.
First round, fight
Tracy Cortez, you might have seen a lot of her family in the building here tonight. Cortez is in black, Jasudavicius is in white.
Jasudavicius say, no, we don't need to shake hands, let's fight. I like that.
Me too. Now the best shot that you usually see out of Cortez is that double leg. She times that double leg well. When she starts getting hit, that's what she goes for. We'll see if Jasmine can stuff the takedown attempts from Cortez early on.
Jasudavicius just landed a nice right hand in there.
Really feels like the perfect litmus test for both fighters at this stage of their career. Good right hand counter by Jasudavicius.
It's off those blind leg kicks. Every time Tracy throws a leg kick without a setup, Jasudavicius just uncorks that right hand.
Oh, nice. That's a hard right hand from Cortez.
Yeah, and that's throwing a light punch out there at Cortez. You got to throw everything you have. If you throw slow, Cortez is going to make you pay, and that's what you saw right there. You see, look at Jasudavicius. Just little lightly throw her punches out there. That's not going to work. You got to fire combinations.
Cortez is faster than her.
Yep.
You can see the speed difference.
Cortez's hands looking crispy early on. Jasudavicius misses with a knee.
Yeah, it looks like she's not even really trying to throw hard, Jasmine, right? She's like touching. She's not committing.
She might be trying to find the range, but there it is. She landed a couple right hands there.
There it was. Now she's finding that length on that right hand.
Both fighters have realized some success with leg kicks early. Good combination by Cortez. The belt in this division will be on the line later tonight. Body kick is there for Cortez.
The jab is doing wonders for Cortez early in this fight. That jab is going to do a lot for her. Let her connect her combinations from that.
Santino DeFranco, Eddie Cha, Angel Cejudo chiefing the corner of Tracy Cortez tonight.
John, his sister passed away. Lady I knew during our Olympic run together, me and Henry. So condolences to the Cejudo family, Henry, Angel, and everyone else. But yes, that's a big part of Tracy Cortez's camp.
Some damage on that lead leg of Jasudavicius. There's a knee to the body from Cortez.
You can definitely see the speed advantage early from Cortez in this round. I mean, she's landing 2-3 punches at a time. Jasudavicius can't seem to find her range and land more than one at a time.
Yeah, Jasudavicius' left eye, too. It's starting to show a little bit of damage to it. But Jasmine had also done some good work in there, too. It's been a good first round.
And we haven't seen any wrestling out of Cortez at all yet, so she's comfortable on her feet.
Huge right from Tracy Cortez.
Like she hasn't needed to go to the well. She's pretty much landed when she wants to. So why wrestle if I can just keep landing these combinations like she's doing right now?
Looks like a seasoned Mexican boxer tonight.
Yeah.
Jasudavicius closes the distance. Should get interesting now.
Oh, she's got to watch her neck there. Cortez showed beautiful takedown defense there.
Well, Tracy Cortez has found that proverbial flow state early. Just over a minute to go, round one.
Cortez looks as sharp as she's ever looked. All that time away, spending time in the areas that she needed to improve, away from the injuries, has helped her. I mean, look at that. And I think when Dom talks about ring rust and all the time away, you can sit on your butt whenever you're not doing anything and you come back a lessened version of yourself, or you get better and you just improve. And it seems like that's what Tracy Cortez did.
Well, and Dom was very specific about how he questioned Tracy in our fighter meeting in terms of how many months that hand injury and the torn pec resulted in her not training at all in the martial arts.
Yeah, she only spent about 3 months where she said, I didn't train the way I see myself needing to train like a professional athlete. But other than that, I was nonstop. And you could see that. She's not losing a lot. Her timing's there. Her speed is there.
Yep.
She's prepared. You could tell she's sparred because she's eating shots. And she's not cowering away. She's in this fight.
She better be ready to do this for 15 minutes, though, because Jasudavicius will not stop pressuring her.
Facts.
What a start for Tracy Cortez.
Red, you're in your corner. Red, over here.
Just breathe. Close round. Just breathe. Just breathe.
You're being too patient.
Okay.
All right, we need to get you to the inside. She's hitting these counters because you're coming in very loose. You need that right hand start. Your left hand's got to be super tight. Get to the inside. You feel she has got nothing to clinch there. Right? Turn this into a grit. She's getting lazy right now. She's getting kind of tired and huffy and puffy.
Okay.
All right, you probably lost that round.
Yeah.
All right, we need you to go out there and be fucking aggressive this round, but you can't be loose with the fucking left-hand defense.
All right? More that up-down game, Jazz. Up-down game.
Fundamentals. Chin down.
So good.
Hands out.
I didn't see Angel there, so I just...
No, hey, that's beautiful. No, that's beautiful. Instead of angel, those are level changes. Angels are levels.
Let's go, guys.
The past, present, and future of combat sports lives on UFC Fight Pass. Watch 30 years of combat sports history with the world's largest combat sports library, plus over 25 exclusive combat sports organizations from around the globe with live action every weekend. All right, round two here, Tracy Cortez, Jasudavicius, and we check in for the first time today with the resident coach, Dean Thomas. Dean, what do you have, sir?
Tracy looks fantastic. She needs to stop kicking, though, because that's the only time she's getting hit is when she throws that kick. She's getting caught with the right hand. But when she goes in and out with her boxing, it's fantastic. And especially that left hook. Watch out for the left hook of Tracy Cortez. When she follows that left hook up after the right hand, it is money every time.
Thank you, Dean.
Get the hands for us, Tracy.
Jasudavicius had a lot of back and forth with her cornermen after round one, trying to get some answers. But you're right, DC, there's no denying the dog, the cardio base. She figures to stick around. Nice knee by Cortez. Mixing up her targets and tempo beautifully tonight.
Oh! That left hook was nasty.
Also a power difference. You know, you can see when Jasmine lands a shot, it just doesn't do quite as much as when Tracy Cortez lands a shot. She just doesn't have the same touch on the end of the punches.
I think that goes back to what you said very early, Dom, how she was kind of throwing, but not throwing with any intent. She's got to set down on her punches and try to make Cortez take note of what she's putting out there.
Yeah, it's like she's not sitting. She just flicks them out there, and it's just not quite enough to make Cortez worry about when they land. There's not a lot of fear for her to worry about a landed punch. Good. She just eats it and moves forward.
Cortez began her UFC career at bantamweight.
If those land, if that kick lands following those hands, it'll help her. Damn, that one right there, that's what she needs to use, Jasudavicius.
And now she's landing her strikes. And Dom, even that right hand that she threw before, It landed, but she didn't throw it all the way through the target. Sometimes you got to punch through your opponent's head, not to their head.
And we're at the 8-minute mark approximately, which is when you start to see shifts in the momentum in a lot of fights, you know? And so we're going to see, does Jasudavicius' style get her to wear down Cortez? And we're seeing the first takedown of the fight be for Jasudavicius. This is her style. She wears you down, sometimes letting you even hit her nonstop, but she's never out of the fight. First round went to Cortez easily, and now we're seeing Jasmine really try to get this fight back in the second half of this fight. We'll see if she can do it.
Jasudavicius did a really good job of timing that takedown. If you don't time that takedown perfectly, I don't think that she secures it. But right now, she's on her grinding style, and that's what she needs to do to try to slow Cortez down.
Love the hand fighting here. Look at the hand control, Jasudavicius. This is Wrestling 101. You control the hands, you can control your opponent. And now you're seeing Cortez get on the hand control, look for that whizzer, and she gets double-legged in the transition. She rushed it a little. Can't rush those positions. You got to keep the head position. Right now you're seeing Jasudavicius with the overhook on the leg over the top, and she's just controlling the back of Cortez. Cortez needs to get that right arm underneath the left arm of Jasudavicius right now and turn her back to the fence.
Jasudavicius has never lost in the UFC nor on the Contender Series when she secures at least one takedown, 2 here in this second round thus far.
Well, you're watching her control Tracy Cortez's left wrist. The longer she can do that, the more she can ride the wrist, the more she can control Tracy.
That's great hand control, right, DC? I mean, that's what you see a lot missing, but she's on the hands.
But Cortez is doing a really good job of trying to clear her wrist, fight hands, to continue to build to her feet. But what she has to do is be very aware whenever Jasmine starts to lose her, she level changes right back to her legs, and that's allowing her to get her back to the mat.
Also, the head position of Jasmine is really winning these positions. She's got her head underneath the chin, and she's controlling the overhooks and the underhooks of Cortez. Now, right now, Cortez has the dominant position technically. We'll see if she can use it.
Right as you said, head position. That's exactly what Santino DeFranco, chief corner of Tracy Cortez, said. 30 seconds now to go in a competitive round 2.
I mean, that was a great bounce back round by Jasudavicius, getting a couple takedowns, a lot of ground control. Cortez was teeing off on her at the start of the round, though, but Jasudavicius landed a nice head kick. She landed a good right hand. It's a very close round.
Yeah, that was a very good round for Jasudavicius.
I think DC's gonna come back as a judge one day. That man likes scorecards.
I need to. I'm good at it, too.
Breathe. 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 Hey, how's your energy? Okay, breathe. Hey, we gotta stay low, and we've got to defend that takedown hard right there, okay? Hey, you don't have to go crazy, but it could be 1-1, it could be 2-0. She got you down, she didn't do any damage, but we don't know.
Control the center. Not only then your offensive's great, just watch your knees up the middle. She's going for your chin and the head, cheap head kicks, okay?
Quit trying to tie clinch.
That's all I want you to watch out for.
Quit tie clinches, she's too tall for
This
that.
is where the dog comes out, right?
Good defense,
Dog comes out, put it all in that fucking cage.
Let's go. You're fucking nice.
Round, you win the fight, Jasmine.
Everything for the rest of your life here, Jazz.
Let's go, Jasmine. Let's go.
The rest of your fucking life.
Come on, come on, come on, come on.
Final round right here. Good. Final round.
The 2 best lightweights in the world set to collide once again for the undisputed UFC title. Pound for pound great, Islam Makhachev will try to continue his historic run against the UFC's all-time submission leader, the former champ Charles Oliveira. Also, Paulo Costa versus Khamzat Chimaev. UFC 294, October 21, Etihad Arena, Abu Dhabi. It is only on pay-per-view. Third and final round, Tracy Cortez is in black. Jasmine Jasudavicius is in white.
I think for sure the bigger punches have landed on Cortez's end. Combinations have landed more. Just that nice takedown and a little control in that last round from Jasudavicius so far is what's making a case for him.
Yeah, very close fight. A good fight between these 2 women. And it's what you expect from 2 women ranked inside the top 15.
Not quite as good an entry by Jasudavicius. Does have the hands clasped behind Cortez, but she can leverage the fence.
That's what I was gonna say, John. She's long, and she's gonna start trying to use the fence as her friend. Here she's gonna keep stepping in front to try to turn Cortez to the mat.
It's a really nice technique.
Look at that.
That's
Reach
very
down.
nice technique.
Beautiful job by Jasudavicius.
Well, for Cortez, it's really tough because you just don't want to lose that arm over the top. You see how she keeps trying to get it back? And she's trying to get it in between her and Jasudavicius because this is not the position Cortez wanted. So it's exhausting because now you're constantly trying to keep the balance and constantly trying to get that left arm in between you and your opponent. Yeah. Otherwise, you lose the position. And right now, she's done it, and now they're back even.
Wow.
But this is great, right? Because if you're Jasudavicius, you've been around. And this is, Dom, where you start to try to make Cortez question her time away from the octagon. But Jasudavicius even said it on her stool. She goes, this is where the dog comes out. You can hear it. Ooh. Hey, Cortez is landing a beautiful left hook right hand.
She's got the power in that right hand. It's connecting. And look at Jasudavicius making this fight what it is by just keeps walking forward no matter how hard you hit her.
Good knee a moment ago by Jasudavicius. Cortez clearly being inspired and energized by this crowd. Great takedown defense by her a moment ago.
Another right hand by Cortez. Cortez is landing some nasty right hands in there.
Yeah, Jasudavicius looking her in the face and saying, I'm going to hit you hard. You can see it in her eyes. She just wants to get her out of there.
Jasudavicius' face, man. She's just trying to go forward and make it a fight.
Well, given the matchup, not totally surprising that Cortez has yet to attempt a takedown.
You know, if you look at what Jasmine's doing, she's just trying to make it as ugly as possible. Just nasty and grimy and no space and stay under the chin and stay in the grappling and dirty boxing and elbows. It's very, very messy that she's trying to make it for Cortez.
The Jasudavicius corner wants her to pursue the fence. Great job by Cortez yet again staying upright.
Cortez does a really good job defending takedowns. Jasudavicius is all the way to her hips. She gets her legs spread apart, and then she starts to attack hands.
Good combination by Jasudavicius.
If you look at the past of any of Cortez's fights, I would say this is some of the best hands I've seen from her in her fights. She's let her hands go more in this fight than many others, and she's connecting.
And one of the more fun fights, right? Because while she's undefeated, she hasn't had many of these types of just wars. Oh!
Nice hook.
Oh! Right hand straight through for Cortez. Easily surpassing her best striking performance statistically in the UFC tonight.
Oh,
that knee was nice.
Kick. Jasudavicius may want to not showboat and fight. Just over a minute to go.
Talking instead of fighting. Run it out. Now we got to fight.
I think Cortez said, what was that? You kicked me behind the head. These two women are going after it.
She was mad for her grabbing her braid.
Oh, okay.
She thought that she grabbed her braid and pulled her hair down. That's what she was talking about.
Oh, yes, she did. She held her hair on the break and then kicked her in the head.
Wow. And that's why she was mad.
If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying, I guess they say, right?
Ricky Bobby said, that's for sure.
That is incredible that that's what happened before that head kick landed.
Watch your fingers.
And that's the thing with braids.
Oh.
That can happen.
What a fight.
Awesome.
Final 10 seconds. Oh, good connection by Cortez. Went for the takedown late. Unable to get it. What a fight! Tracy Cortez, Jasudavicius go the full 15 in front of an appreciative crowd here in Las Vegas. We'll get to the scorecards on the other side. This is Noche UFC, live on ESPN+. Dana White's Contender Series is heating up your summer with the best prospects from around the world, all competing for a UFC contract in front of Dana White and the UFC brass. Watch every Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern, only on ESPN+. All right, the scorecards are in. Bruce Buffer has them.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for decision. The judges score the contest 30-27, 30-27, and 29-28 for the winner by unanimous decision, Tracy Cortez!
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here with Tracy Cortez. Tracy, how good does this feel after a very tough year and a half to not only fight again, but to fight in front of a pro Tracy Cortez crowd like this?
Hey, let me say something. No matter what life throws at me, baby, you can't break me. You can't break me.
Tracy, you're a wrestler. But take a look at this. It was the striking tonight, and you were in her face and landed some beautiful combinations. You said you improved in the time away. You did not let it break you. Was that the game plan, knowing that Jasudavicius was such a good wrestler?
Yes, sir. You know, I know I'm a great wrestler today. And I've been working my ass off with my coach, Eddie Cha, my coach, Santino DeFranco, that's never given up on me. And I just want to thank everybody here for all the love and support. I love you guys. Thank you.
How good does it feel to fight in front of this crowd at Noche UFC, Tracy? You are now 5-0 inside the octagon. What a start to your UFC career.
Thank you. Let me just say, I'm here to move up in the rankings and next year you're going to see a new champion. Primeramente Dios, I'm coming for that belt.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Tracy Cortez.
What a moment for Tracy Cortez. Her winning streak is 11, as DC mentioned, 5-0 in the UFC, and she has been so hardened by so much life experience that would have broken lesser women, and she's just a tremendous inspiration to so many fans of this sport. Congratulations to the 29-year-old Tracy Cortez on the biggest win of her career. UFC Fight Night is presented by New Amsterdam Vodka. Nice shot of the Bellagio fountains, not far from us here off the world-famous Las Vegas Strip. Mexican flair tonight with the inaugural Noche UFC here at T-Mobile Arena. All right, coming up next, a couple of flyweights with a lot to prove to themselves and the world. They are ready to engage. We won't make them wait now. This pivotal matchup will play out on Mexican Independence Day. Born and raised in Aguascalientes, Mexico, Lupi Godinez has always had the Mexican fighting spirit within. So it was no surprise when she gravitated to mixed martial arts and began competing in her adopted home in Canada. Tonight, though, it's all about representing her native country in the octagon, where she seeks her 6th UFC win against Elise Reed. An elite Taekwondo black belt, New Jersey's Reed has shown off the evolution of her MMA game in her trio of wins over Corey McKenna, Melissa Martinez, and Jinyu Fry. And she expects to be ready for anything Godinez has for her over the next 3 rounds or fewer. Coming up next, it should be a good one as Lupi Godinez faces Elise Reed.
Elise Reed is a modern-day Renaissance woman. The 6-fight UFC veteran is also a gym owner, a martial arts instructor, and she serves in the U.S. Army. It takes an incredible amount of discipline to be able to give each of those aspects in her life the attention that they deserve. But that focus has really served her well in the lead up to this one because she had several opponent changes before this matchup with Lupi Godinez actually stuck. So she's been able to keep her sights set firmly on her own improvements as the 30-year-old heads into this one. And guys, it's very cool for the Taekwondo black belt to have the support of the U.S. Army for her UFC career. In fact, they excused her from the annual reserves training so that she could be here and prepare correctly for the opportunity tonight.
Thanks, Megan. She definitely has so much experience. She comes from cage Cage Fury Fighting Championship. She defended her title 2 times at strawweight. And, you know, she uses her Taekwondo background, her kickboxing background. She started when she was 6 years old. And that's why she's so confident against Godinez. She says, you know, this is a solid matchup for me. I'm expecting Lupi to try to wrestle me, actually, try to take me down. But I'm ready to stop those takedowns and outstrike her on the feet.
It's all in the approach for Elise Reed. Elise Reed has been up and down in her UFC career to this point. So it's been win, loss, win, loss. She said that in order to put loss, win. She said in order to put 2 wins in a row, she had to kind of go back to the drawing board, almost treating her last fight like she lost so that she doesn't lose that edge. She said that she wants to be patient in there, but be very cautious with being too patient, because when you're waiting, you cannot get the desired result. But it's the mentality that she took in the build that she feels will allow for her to get a victory tonight, John.
Yeah, she's really done a lot of work throughout these 6 UFC appearances, stacking training camps. She's been an active competitor. And if you do look at the body of work, she defeated Jasudavicius in what was just her 2nd pro fight, won the vacant Cage Fury strawweight title. That was a 4-round fight. So a lot of high-level experience pre-UFC for Elise Reed, but certainly a daunting physical challenge in front of her tonight in Lupi Godinez. Fighting out of Vancouver, British Columbia, by way of Aguas Calientes, Mexico. Here is Lupi Godinez, set for her 9th UFC appearance, back-to-back wins, have positioned her DC with some regained momentum, and a lot of people believe when she is on and her game is clicking, she can be a real problem for the rest of this division.
Well, we've been in fights before, John, where she has fought so well that when she gets interviewed, it's like, hey, a new contender has arrived. Lupi Godinez. Lupi Godinez is one of those fighters that when she is on her game, she can be as good as anyone in the world. Now, when you think she's won a couple fights in a row, you would think, what's she gonna do to get better? She has switched training camp. Before her last fight, which she took on short notice, she had anticipated going to train with the champion, Alexa Grasso. She put that on hold, but after her last win, she went out and trained with Alexa Grasso. They came close to the point that yesterday at ceremonial weigh-ins, John said Alexa Grasso came to the front to cheer her on while she stepped on the scale. So you can see this young lady being improved even more as she steps back into the octagon.
Yeah, anytime you get to train with the champion of your division, right, DC, that's doing you a huge justice. But she started MMA 9 years ago with judo in Canada is where it all began. That became her first love, which then catered her to her MMA background that she's in now. And here she is facing at the highest level, Mrs. Reed.
And I just took my cans off for a second. Huge pop for Lupi Godinez as she touched down on that veined canvas of the octagon. All right, here's your tail of the tape. Godinez, a near 4-1 favorite tonight. She and Elise Reed, both 30 years of age. Reed taller by an inch. She has 2 inches in reach as well. All right, now for the particulars back inside to Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is 3 rounds in the UFC strawweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, a mixed martial artist holding a professional record. 7 wins, 3 losses. She stands 5 feet 3 inches tall, weighing in at 115.5 pounds. Fighting out of Princeton, New Jersey, Elise Reed. And now introducing her opponent, fighting out of the red corner, a mixed martial artist holding a professional record. 10 wins, 3 losses. She stands 5 feet 2 inches tall, weighing in at 116 pounds. Fighting out of Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada, by way of Agua Calientes, Mexico, Lupita Godinez. And when the action begins, our referee in charge, Herb Dean.
Herb Dean is our referee. He will also handle the championship main event tonight between Alexa Grasso and Valentina Shevchenko.
You ready? Ready. Let's fight.
This fight clock is brought to you by Modelo. Godinez is in the all green. Reed counters in black.
See Reed bouncing in a karate stance. Godinez is a phenomenal wrestler. But you'd imagine training down there in that camp with Alexa, all really high-level boxers.
Isn't it funny how anybody who does that Taekwondo karate has that same like hoppy, open
stance?
Like,
yeah,
it's so similar.
Crazy.
Like
it's traditional.
Yeah, it really is interesting. And same with boxing and Muay Thai, they have a certain look.
Nice throw by Godinez. She took that underhook, didn't hold onto the underhook, just threw it right over her head to get the back of Elise Reed.
Well, remember, she's been doing judo since forever. That was her first love, and that was really, I mean, this is judo you're seeing right here. The body lock control, the hand control, the getting ahead in the underhooks and shucking by, the tying up the legs here, the trips. Up against the fence, judo is one of the best things you can practice. There's the trick right there. That's what she's looking for.
That takedown is becoming much more used in mixed martial arts, where you take your opponent forward, then when they turn back to face you, people are just hooking the foot and sweeping them back. They're doing that a lot. I've seen it in a number of fights, too, already tonight.
In a wrestling stance, you're bent over, so those trips aren't there. But when you're standing up straight against the fence, we've said it time and time, DC, it creates so much more openings when you're up against the fence for the wrestling transitions.
So, Dom, if you're Elise Reed here defensively, what are you trying to do?
Well, you got to get underhooks. Right now, see how she's hanging over the top of the head and over the top of the arm. Godinez, she needs to get underneath the neck, underneath the chest, underneath the arms in order to create something. But right now, Godinez, I mean, just walked her right up.
Yeah.
Realistically, at least just with all power there, Godinez stood her up for her.
Godinez actually walked her up.
Yep. Literally.
So Reed taken down tonight on Godinez's first attempt. Reed has been taken down in all of her UFC fights thus far.
Oh! Nasty.
Took from Godinez!
Oh my goodness!
That was beautiful.
That was nasty. That was a crazy reaction by Elise Reed, right?
Nice left hook, straight to the body lock, to the slam. Let's see her attack this throat here for the finish.
Oh, she's stretching her out. She's got to just punch here. She's got to flatten her. Just, oh, look at that. She's getting under the neck.
Looks a lot like the beginning of the end. We'll see if Reed can survive.
Reed's doing a good job of sticking that left hand just inside, not allowing her to get the choke as deep as she was about to get it.
Yeah, Reed's in a good position here to stop the choke, but she's not in a good position overall. This sucks if you're Reed. She can stop the choke with that arm in there, but not for long.
That was very good awareness by Elise Reed, just jamming that left arm in the middle to make sure that that choke didn't get completely under the neck.
Godinez, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu purple belt. She's yet to have a choke submission, just one by armbar.
Yeah, Herb Dean's one of the best refs in the game. He sees all this. He's not going to call this too early.
Armbar. Yep.
Beautiful armbar. She's got the thumb, so it's going to be hard to get out of this. Godinez wants to control that thumb because you don't want to see Reed be able to turn that thumb to the mat. If she turns the thumb down, she can get out, but she's got it locked in.
Reed's trying to use her feet to attack the hands.
How about the dexterity of Reed's arm? I mean...
Oh, now she's going to break her arm.
That is deep.
Oh, that's so deep. Oh, my goodness. Elise Reed still being in there is crazy.
The flexibility here that she's showing. Oh, goodness gracious.
Looked like she was getting ready to get the right hand and tap.
Herb Dean is paying attention closely.
Well, he's scared now.
He's doing a good job. He's doing a great job.
Yep.
You can't call this early. If the fighter wants to not tap, that's up to them.
Yep.
Don't grab the fence.
Look at that.
Great job by Reed.
Yep.
By the ref there to not call that
triangle,
early.
triangle. Elise Reed looked like her arm was done. Oh, now this is tighter. This is tighter.
Oh my goodness, she's tough. That is so tight.
Oh my goodness.
She's got to stack her. That's what she's doing now. Now she's stacking her.
Tremendous resolve by Reed. We will see a second round.
That's as bad as it's gonna get. Got me? Hold that. How's your arm? Good. Listen, I need you to hit her. Okay. Yeah. You got the bucket? Yeah. Give me. Get the bucket. Wash her out.
Spit it on the floor if you have to. At least you gotta show it something. You gotta put her in her face.
Yeah.
Make her feel uncomfortable to come in.
Right here,
Listen,
you see
she's
that
doing the same
beautiful
thing
left
as-
hook lands by Godinez. I mean, it knocks Reed halfway across the octagon. Oh my goodness, that was a beautiful, that was a beautiful left hook there by Godinez. In the submission attempt, beautiful transition to the armbar, but at least Reed never gave up. Did a great job. Hey, look, let's hear the Spanish team as they saw this knockdown.
A la cabeza.
Esa mano izquierda de Lupi Godinez dice Viva México. Cortesía de Lobo Grasso. Ahora viene.
Did I hear a Viva México?
Yeah, I love that. I love that. Sound like I'm listening to a soccer game. Love that.
So Elise Reed seemed wicked present after that round. Nice job by John Canabay to center the athlete, but she ate a big knee there. Oh! Thought Reed connected with that right hand.
Yeah, Godinez actually landed that right hand. It was a nice jump knee attempt from Reed. She landed, right when she landed, Godinez clipped her with the right.
Godinez has a style for 5 rounds. Twice has gone 25 minutes in her pro career.
Nice throw. Beautiful headlock. But she got countered immediately by stepping over the top. You gotta sink your hips. After a headlock, you gotta sink your hips.
Gotta take your time. You cannot rush these positions. Rushing allows for you to get countered. They just take your momentum and use it against you.
Well, you also got to give it to Godinez because, I mean, in that judo background, how many times has she maybe been headlocked or thrown in her life to be able to counter it?
If she did competitive judo and got thrown like that, match over.
Yep.
You cannot get thrown across the mat like that.
Next month, fellas, we're live from Abu Dhabi for UFC 294. The lightweight King Islam Makhachev taking on Charles Oliveira in a rematch. UFC 294, Saturday, October 21st. You can buy it right now on ESPN Plus pay-per-view. UFC.com/PPV everywhere outside the U.S.
That's going to be a tremendous fight. Expect it to be much more competitive this time.
Wheels up.
That Bronx fight against Beneil Dariush did not look like the same guy that fought Makhachev the first time. Patient, smart, took no damage.
You can see Reed trying to punch from here. Tough decision there. You got to look for underhooks. You got to look to get to a hip. You can't stay flat on your back. You're going to get stuck here by Godinez all day. You got to be digging underhooks and getting to a hip, not punching from the bottom.
It was always fun when a guy tried to punch you from their back. It's like, okay, just hit me. You're doing nothing. If I can get one off on you, he's going to do way more damage than you're doing in 10. You got to be working on that escape, like you said, now.
At least she's being active doing something, though. She's not just squeezing.
But it doesn't even matter, right? Like, even if she's landing punches there, she's not winning. It doesn't really count for much, but being an annoyance from the bottom.
If I'm Reed, I'm wanting to put the feet or the heels on the hips right there. Yep. Create some space, get under hooks, get on the inside, get underneath the chin. There you go. Godinez just says, you know what? I'm going to let you up and punch you.
Oh, man. Beautiful three-piece from Godinez.
She's just teeing off.
Whoa. I like Godinez with another slam. How about it?
Takedowns like that make me get out my seat.
That's what it is. That's what we want to be doing here.
She's in the north-south here.
Godinez was credited with 5 submission attempts in round 1. The divisional record is 6.
Oh, nice.
Oh, guillotine.
Straight to mount.
Oh, my goodness.
Man, this is a mauling right now.
Godinez is looking like a monster. And she's got her arm trapped now. She can just let go.
Oh, this is
my goodness.
Tough position.
And that was another takedown, John. Was that 6?
5 for 5 unofficially.
Oh, now she's got that choke.
Now it's in.
There's no arm in the middle anymore now.
That's it.
Oh, yeah, she's tapping. Look at
There's
that.
the tap. Lupi Godinez with style points tonight. Wow.
When that hand goes up like it's just a matter of time,
And I think she just blew a kiss to Daniel Cormier.
She got that big takedown. She knew she made me explode out of my seat. You know, I did the old rah with my hand. Let's go.
She felt it.
Well, Elise Reed was tough. Not tough enough for Lupi Godinez and DC, to your point. When she's on, man, she looks like a future world champion. Dom, we're going to look at some replays, a lot of highlights for the real within one fight for Lupita Godinez.
Let's take a look. Godinez lands a 3-punch combo right there and then shoots a 3-2-3-2-3 to a single, transition to a double, to a slam. I mean, incredible the way that she finished that fight right there. Look at this combo, 2-3-2, single, lift. This is DC 101 to a double, transition to a double. That's what we've seen Cormier do so many times in fights, and we see Godinez put an exclamation mark on it by taking the back and finishing the fight here. Outstanding masterclass again.
And there is the reaction. Francisco Grasso, Colin Danes among those in the corner of Lupi Godinez. Chalky start, all the favorites cashing on the prelims. We'll talk to Lupi Godinez coming up. Coming to you tonight from the home of the defending Stanley Cup champion Vegas Golden Knights. And it won't be long now, folks, for the main card for Noche UFC as we celebrate Mexican Independence Day with a title fight. Alexa Grasso making her first defense against the former champion Valentina Shevchenko. The main card for Noche UFC coming up next right here on ESPN+. All right, to make this one official, here's Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean has called a stop to this contest at 3 minutes, 38 seconds of round number 2. Declaring the winner by submission due to a rear naked choke, Lupita Godinez.
I'm here with Lupi Godinez. Lupi, how good does it feel to fight in front of this crowd, this energy, and have that type of performance?
I think I show it, right? Like, you guys are amazing. I've been hearing you guys in the back. I fucking love it!
Lupi, you are known as a wrestler. Recently, you made a camp change. You're training with the champion, Alexa Grasso now. Your hands showed it. Beautiful left hands. Let's take a look at your work here. You knocked her down, wonderful, on a couple of occasions with that left hook. But ultimately, you got a big takedown that led to the submission. Was that the game plan?
Yeah, exactly that. That was the game plan. As you say, I'm with Team Lobo, with Alexa Grasso, Francisco Grasso, Diego Lopez, Colin Danes. Like, I have the dream team, and I'm so happy. I feel better than ever. And from here on up, I'm just gonna keep improving.
You know, when you are on your game, you are as good as anyone in the division. You have now won 3 fights in a row. What has allowed for you to build this momentum, and how soon would you like to fight again?
I mean, I'm healthy. Anytime, call me. I'll be ready. And you know what? Being with this amazing team, they have given me so much more confidence, so much more weapons. And every day, this is it. We train like this, so I fight like this, you know? And I cannot go wrong with them, honestly. I'm so happy.
You should be happy. That was a phenomenal performance. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Lupi Godinez.
Well, and this Diego Lopez is something else. He's got his own budding UFC career. He's also one of the top coaches of the year in 2023 alongside Francisco Grasso. Congratulations to Lupi Godinez. And I'm going to need to hear that Spanish call. So let's rack it up. Victor Davila and Santiago Ponzinibbio.
Lupi, sigue Lupi. Viene Lupi y está suelto un segundo. ¡Se finí! ¡Viva México! Una más para el verde, blanco y rojo. Y así es como brilla hoy Lupi Godinez.
¡Qué gran combate! Espectacular trabajo de Lupi Godinez, que se lleva una victoria por sometimiento después de desarrollar un combate súper dominante.
Qué buen trabajo, y así se lo celebra el Timo de la
Gotta
Arena.
love
Así es,
Chenchipo,
así brilla
Santiago
el Timo de la Arena,
Ponzinibbio,
está feliz,
Victor
brincando
Davila getting into the action here tonight on Mexican Independence Day. And how about Lupi Godinez? What a performance to maximize the moment here in Las Vegas. Well, speaking of maximizing moments, it has been fun to watch Alexa Grasso navigate her first fight week as champion. Man, does she wear that title well. Confident would be one way to describe it heading into the rematch.